Let's talk one more college basketball topic today. We got a big game tomorrow, Max. A huge game in West Lafayette, Indiana. Your Purdue Boilermakers are taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And I love that this baby's in West Lafayette. We're not going
Yeah.
to Indianapolis. We're not going to Chicago. We're playing this one on campus. I love it. Let's look at Alabama first here, Max. The Crimson
Yep.
Tide, they played 3 games, 3-0, obviously. Opened up with UNC Asheville. Smacked them 110-54. They whipped closer game against Arkansas State 88-79, and a solid game against McNeese 72-64. Alabama has 5 guys averaging double figures, led by Mark Sears, on a first team All-American for both of us.
Hmm.
Currently averaging 18 points, 3.5 boards, two and a half assists. I expect those numbers to go up. Alabama has the 7th ranked transfer class, according to 247sports.com. Cliff Amori already getting it done from Rutgers, 10.5 points, 8 boards, and 2 blocks through these 3 games. And Alabama also has the 2nd ranked recruiting class, according to 247sports.com. We both like Alabama, Max. We both have them in our Final Four. Give me your thoughts on Alabama's 3-0 start.
Alabama looks really, really good on paper. On paper, you like we said, they're cupcake games, cupcake games. So the big thing that we got to bring up is the rebounds. Okay, they're averaging 47 rebounds right
Whoa,
now.
whoa, whoa,
47. That's
whoa.
crazy. I expect that to start going down once we get into SEC play and they start
Oh, yeah.
banging with the bigs down low with Jedi
Drew.
Broom once again, bringing him up again. But so far, so good, obviously, for Alabama. Now, this game against Purdue is going to be it's going to be so exciting, Cole Breezy. Biggest thing, you already brought up Mark Sears. We're talking about 2 of the best point guards in
Oh,
college
yeah.
basketball going up against each other. We could say arguably the best scoring guard in Mark Sears. He's a pure scorer. He's a great scoring point guard. And then the best passing guard in the game, Braden Smith. Name a guard who's a better passer than Braden Smith. He has eyes on the back of his head, man. It's ridiculous. Some of these passes that I see him doing. You know, I'm watching every game, Cole Breezy, so I know I see a lot of highlights. It's nuts. I haven't seen Purdue have a guard like this in my lifetime. I haven't.
That's a good point there. Yeah, Braden Smith. We might have to make a list of Purdue point guards from the past couple decades, and Braden Smith has to be up there.
Yeah.
Let's look at the Boilers 3-0 start here. Start off with Texas A&M Corpus Christi, also known as Corpus Crispy from back in the day, a couple March Madnesses ago. Beat them 90-73. Then they beat Northern Kentucky 72-50. Good smacking there. And then a solid game against Yale 92-84. The Boilers have 3 guys averaging over 15 a game. Fletcher Loyer leading the squad, 17 points and 3 assists a game. Trey Kaufman-Wren impressing me, 15.5 points, 5.5 boards.
He got big, Cole Breezy. He got big. You see how he
Looks
bulked up over the summer? My
He looks
gosh.
big. He looks
Damn.
big. And then, of course, your guy, Braden Smith, 15 points, leads the team with 6.5 rebounds, and, of course, 9.5 assists. My goodness.
Come
My
on.
goodness. 19th ranked recruiting class, according to 247sports.com. I see Jakari Harris has been starting. And then Daniel Jacobson, the big man in the middle. Tell me about what happened to him and give me the rest of your thoughts on your Boilers.
Yeah, really disappointing because Daniel Jacobson, 7'4", big man. We thought that he would fill into Zach Edey's role. Now, as a freshman anyway, like as we're going to start developing him, maybe once he gets to that junior, senior season, maybe he does end up being someone like Zach Edey because not only can he get rebounds and dunk the ball like Zach Edey, but he could shoot it. He could actually shoot the ball. So that's the difference. He'll be knocking down 3-pointers. He fractured his tibia, Cole Breezy. Fractured his tibia in that second game against Northern Kentucky within the first 30 seconds of the game. He went down, and dude, he barely got tapped. He barely got tapped, and he hit the floor. And I brought this up in Boiler Up, baby. Check out our new segment, everybody, on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast, going over every Purdue game this season. I'll be on top of that. But it just goes to show you, Breezy, that when you get to college sports, dude, you got to beef up. You got to hit the weight room, man. You got to hit the weight room. You got to get big because when you start playing against juniors, seniors, fifth-year seniors, the guys that have been there, they're banging down low, man. They're banging. He literally just gave a little bump, and that guy's tibia fractured. Crazy.
7'4", 230, Daniel Jacobson. Yeah, needs a lot more beef. I know you got another 7-footer coming in here, Will Berg, 7'2" sophomore. I know he's gonna fill the role. But Max, if we can make our game picks now, I am going to go Alabama. I am going to go with them on the road. I have them in my Final Four. I love the depth. I love the depth of the Crimson Tide. They go deep and they're big. They're big.
Yeah.
I know Purdue's always big too, but I like how big Alabama is, starting Grant Nelson and Cliff Amore up front, along with Jaron Stevenson. Those guys are all 6'9", 6'10". That all three of those guys are starting right now. That's a lot of length. That's a lot of defensive pressure. The gaps are going to be tighter for Braden Smith to find those outlets. I'm going Alabama in West Lafayette tomorrow night. It's going to be a great game.
I like the pick, Cole Breezy, but I got to go the opposite way. I do. Because first thing, it's Purdue. Come on, I'm not going to pick their first loss of the season. I would rather see them have that first loss of the season rather than me pick it. And also, hey, Mackey Arena, it's very, very hard to win in Mackey. Okay, a lot of coaches, a lot of players, they have said some of the hardest courts to play on. Mackey is up there. It gets really loud. The fan base at Purdue is unreal. Everyone goes nuts. And Here's the big thing, I think, for the Boilers, okay? We already brought up how Alabama is averaging 47 rebounds per game. That's big. That's 13 more rebounds than Purdue this year.
Uh-oh.
Big reason is because Daniel Jacobson went out, right? So now they got to figure out how to get rebounds. Alabama is only shooting about 30% from beyond the arc, okay? If we can get Alabama to cough up some threes and we just focus on boxing out, literally fundamentals, Berg, freaking First, Troy Kaufman, Wren, who's the
First
other guy?
Going to get some minutes?
Burgess.
First going to get some minutes.
He's been playing. He's been playing.
Indiana. Get him in there.
Box out. Use your asses. Drive them out of the lane. Make them shoot threes. If we make them shoot threes, they start missing. We're going to start getting some more possessions. So that's my one take I have so far here, and I think Purdue can pull it out. It's going to be a tight game, Cole Breezy. No doubt about it. I think it's going to be more of a slow. I don't think it's going to be a slow game. I think it's going to be up and down the court the entire game. Yes. Yeah. Purdue likes to play that way now, and Alabama loves it up and down the court.